consistently attract soulmate clients, begin showing up on brand, monetizing on your calling. Welcome all spiritual coaches, leaders, healers, light workers, and practitioners to a show that turns you on in your business and amplifies your magnetism. I'm host, catalyst, and spiritual business coach Rosalyn Fung, and I'm here to journey with you into the juicy and help you discover where the real gaps are. Ignite your mindset and soul with strategies and systems as each episode takes you to the sweet spot that activates your soulgasmic business. Enjoy this light language activation as we begin to magnetize and monetize.
Welcome, my loves. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so honored to have you choose to listen to this show. If you enjoy this episode, please do share your takeaways and shout it out on social media so that more people can know about it. And of course, please tag me on Instagram. It's Bold Sexy Warrior. And on Facebook, it's Rosalyn Fung Coaching Bold Sexy Warrior. It would mean the world for me, for you to take a few minutes to share and review this, as I would love to spread more love and consciousness to the collective. So I also want to share that today we are on day 2 of my free 5-day self-promotion challenge, and it's not too late for you to join us. This is for you if you're a heart-driven coach, healer, practitioner, or light worker desiring to organically attract your soulmate clients with ease, fun, and flow by leveraging social media. It's mindset plus soul plus strategy. You can join us at www.7figureconfidence.com/challenge. Ooh, now on to today's episode. It's going to be such a juicy one. Let me ask you these questions. Do you want to discover how to feel emotionally empowered? Do you want to master your energy? Do you desire more sensual, vital energy? And are you seeking to develop your intuition and strengthen your physical body? If you said yes to any or all of these, which I assume you did, because who wouldn't?
I am so excited to introduce to you my special guest, my soul sister and soulmate client, Carolyn Yakopich, who is the founder of Soul Awakening School. She inspires conscious leaders to activate and embody their highest spiritual potential so that together we raise the frequency of the collective consciousness on the planet. Carolyn is a divine embodiment coach and Kundalini activation coach and a wisdom keeper of the teachings of the divine feminine. She is the creator of the Kundalini Activation Academy. Doesn't that sound so juicy? Which is an online group coaching program and leads transformational meditation retreats to sacred sites around the world. Carolyn practiced as a registered massage therapist and energy healer for 18 years and trained for over 2 decades with master teachers internationally in yoga, meditation, psychology, addiction therapy, energy healing, and belly dance. She's lived in ashrams and studied in meditation communities in India, England, Holland, Sedona, and Mount Shasta. And in 2005, she was initiated in the mystery school on the Nile in Egypt. Oh my gosh, can you feel the power, my loves, of Miss Carolyn? Oh my goodness. And as a coach, teacher, intuitive healer, Carolyn supports you to move beyond your limiting stories into the truth of your soul. Through her programs, you learn how to develop your intuition and strengthen your physical body. You will gain clarity, emotional empowerment, and vital energy. She will guide you to go deep within yourself, to heal your trauma so that you can live your life in the present moment and activate your full creative potential. Welcome, Carolyn.
Hi, Rosalyn. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're here. I would love for you. You have quite an extensive background and so much wisdom. And I would love for you to share how you got to be who you are today and be doing what you're doing. Oh, and by the way, if you hear a cat in the background, that's Carolyn's cat singing along with us.
During the introduction, I was actually walking all around the house trying to get away from her because she kept meowing.
This is what happens on live radio.
It's funny. Yeah, so I have had quite a long journey to come into the space that I'm in right now. If I go all the way back to childhood, I always felt energy, and I always felt very sensitive to other people's emotions and feelings. And I really didn't know what that meant, what was going on, because it was almost like the energy, even though it was very alive and beautiful and very animated for me, there was a sense of it being almost too much, because I didn't know what to do with all the excess information coming in, which later in life I learned that I'm an intuitive empath. So naturally I was picking up on people's thoughts, people's feelings, tapping into other realms of consciousness, and a lot of things were happening as a child that I wasn't aware of at the time. When I was growing up, I was a dancer at a young age, and that was like the love of my life. I loved moving my body and breathing. So to me, that was the essence of yoga that entered my life at a very young age already. When I was 5 years old, it was just like dance was natural for me. And it was kind of the one place where I felt freest to express my emotions, to be myself fully. And then as I got older, it felt like it was really hard for me to relate to other people and open up and trust. And I really feel that looking back, it's because I had all this excess information coming in. And in ways, it felt that I was different because I couldn't shut it off, and I didn't know how to kind of work with the energy. So what ended up happening is at the age of 15, I started doing drugs and alcohol. And at first, it was a way of expanding my mind. It was wanting to explore different realms of consciousness. But at the same time, because I felt so isolated, because I didn't feel like I fit in, or I felt like I couldn't authentically be myself, I really started to withdraw. And so as I started to do drugs and alcohol, even though it helped me expand my mind on some level, it also turned into an addiction. So then for 24 years of my life, I was swinging on a pendulum. And on one end of the pendulum, I was relapsing, doing drugs, drinking, feeling very depressed, having panic attacks, anxiety. And then on the other side of the pendulum, because I always feel like the interlining that was going through me all the time, it's like I knew I had a mission. I knew I had something in my life to do with spirituality. I didn't know what that looked like. So on the other end of the pendulum, I would be like, okay, I have to heal. I have to get my life together. I know I have a purpose. I don't exactly know what that looks like yet. So then I would start to go into trainings and go into, I would travel, like as you said in my bio, I traveled the world and studied from many different master teachers. I've been with enlightened masters, which was super powerful, but I kept swinging on this pendulum back and forth, feeling, lost when I would go into relapse, and then feeling like I was all of a sudden coming into my power as I would move into the spiritual side of things for myself. So at 15 is when I started drugs. At 17, I read the book Siddhartha, and that book was all about the Buddha. And it was about his journey to self-realization and how he tried all these different methods and practices and ways in order to become enlightened. And not until he actually brought himself into that place of stillness did he become enlightened. So it was literally like not striving for it, not moving towards it, not going for it, not making it a goal, but simply allowing himself to be. And that book changed my life. It opened me into the world of yoga, into the world of meditation. And by the age of 20 is when I started taking teacher training in yoga. And then by 23, I started traveling the world, and I had been in India 3 times. I've studied at the Osho Meditation Resort, which is all based in emotional awareness, emotional release, and really tuning into the inner silence. And it's also very beneficial, these meditations, to work through any of the pent-up energy that we have. So especially in Western society, it's really hard to tell someone to just sit down and meditate and clear their mind without actually moving the body first and moving the energy and moving the breath, because we have so many distractions and so much stimulation around us that it's really hard to slip into that state on command, right? So I found that those were very powerful ways in order for me to go deeper into awareness of my emotions, of what needed to be released and healed. And one story that I love telling, because it was one of the most profound experiences I have had, it was at the Osho Meditation Resort. I was in a 21-day program called Mystic Rose. And in this meditation, the first 7 days, we laughed for 3 hours every morning in a group. And the group that we were with for 21 days. And in this group, we were only allowed to stay in silence and just laugh. And that is it. So at the beginning, I started thinking of everything that made me laugh in my life. And I was laughing. And then I remember it got to a point where there was really nothing left to laugh about that I could remember, but I moved beyond that. And I just started, it was like I got into this state where I could go back to my childlike nature and really just laugh. And so I got to that point, and on day 6, I remember a tear forming in the corner of my eye. And what Osho had said is, when the tears are about to come, allow yourself to go deeper into the laughter, stop the tears, because there's still more to get into. And what happens is, when we allow ourselves to laugh, it starts to remove all the repressed energy that we've had around laughter, around fully expressing our joy. And I think of the times, as a child when, you're in school and you want to laugh, and it's just a natural thing for a child to laugh at something, and the teacher says, be quiet, and it's like they tell us, and it's like in that moment, we're taught to repress our emotions. So I continued with this laughter, and it was such a powerful, I felt like my whole solar plexus, my abdomen, everything was just opening up. I felt like I was unlocking all these repressed feelings and emotions within myself. And then on day 8 is when we start 7 days of crying for 3 hours a day. So when you think of you laugh so hard that you're about to cry, right? Or you laugh so hard you cry, think of moving beyond that to those tears and actually laughing harder, right? So I laughed harder all the way up till day 8. And on day 8, I kid you not, I walked into that room, I laid down on the mat, and my tears were pouring out of my eyes. And I just, every sad situation, every loss I've had, every person that has left my life, everything that made me feel sadness, pain, suffering, I was allowing to come to the surface. And again, right near the end of these 7 days, I remember that I had cried so much, I wanted to laugh because I felt so cleansed. And it's like when you cry, you start to remove the walls around your heart. You start to allow your guard down and allow yourself to be more vulnerable and open to your authenticity. And when we're in that space where our heart is open, that's where abundance comes in. That's where our intuition comes in. That's where we are able to relax into the beauty of life. So I remember having this experience, and all of a sudden it was like I was ready to laugh, but I was like, no, you're not done yet. You have to keep crying. So I went beyond that. And I cried and I cried and I cried. And at that last day of the second set of 7 days, I was really cleansed and purified. And then on the next day, which was the 15th day of that 21-day course, for the next 7 days, we went into silence for 3 hours a day in the morning. And I remember how peaceful and how calm. And it felt like I had experienced enlightenment. Like I really felt so cleansed, so purified, and my mind was so clear. And the interesting part is that I thought that I would be in silence in those last 7 days for 24 hours a day, because I had just come from an ashram, which was very yogic and into silence and being in that state. But what had happened is I actually went into silence for the first 14 days because I was processing so many emotions and so many things coming up from my childhood, from my past. And then in those last 7 days of silence, I was actually like out in the community for the rest of the day. There were dance parties at night. I was celebrating life. I felt so amazing. And it was really such a profound experience. It's something that I would do again if I could. That would be something I would definitely want to do again in my life.
And then, oh my gosh, I'm going to pause you right there, Carolyn, because I just want to say, even listening to your experience of this 21-day retreat, my soul is like, oh my gosh, I desire this. This sounds like such a powerful experience to, like you shared, purify ourselves and just really cleanse away what we need to cleanse and just be reborn. Oh my gosh, so powerful. And what I'd love for us to do is actually, we got to move into commercial right now, but come back and just really continue this powerful story and just continue to lead into how things have unfolded for you.
Perfect.
A conscious lifestyle for a mindful life. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network.
Life is a flow, and enlightenment is simply harmonizing with the way life really is. Then you find that life is effortless, benevolent, and free of all suffering. Hey everyone, this is GP Walsh, and I want to invite you to my brand new radio show that's launching right here on OMTimes Radio called The Flow of Enlightenment. I've been a spiritual teacher for decades, and my greatest pleasure is being able to share with you these deep and highly practical spiritual ideas. So join me in The Flow every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern and let yourself be transformed.
I'm so not good enough. Fail. They'll judge me. I'm afraid others it's already been done.
Who are you not to fully express who you are, to be your warrior of light and do business from your fierce, aligned energy? I'm Rosalyn Fung, host of Activate Your Soulgasmic Business here on OMTimes Radio. Let's get your business turned on to the next level. I invite you to hop on a business soul alignment discovery call with me at rosalynfung.com and let's monetize in your soul mission. Go to ROSALYN F as in fun, UNG.com.
These are the sounds of a dinner. A dinner that almost didn't happen. A dinner now served, thanks to people like you. Due to COVID-19, 17 million more Americans may face hunger. Feeding America is helping our neighbors in need. And if you're able, you can too. Donations are being accepted at feedingamerica.org/coronavirus. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Oh my goodness, Carolyn, I'm sitting here just soaking in your story and just how beautiful this experience sounds. I'm going to say probably quite difficult to move through some of these emotions and so profound. I'd love for you to continue sharing your story.
Absolutely. So, I've had many experiences beyond that experience. But one thing that I love is that I actually learned these processes of teaching emotional awareness, moving through the emotions, and I love guiding people through them. And it is such a beautiful experience and powerful for everyone that I've ever worked with. What has happened on my journey as I continued is, if we kind of fast forward to about 3.5 years ago, that was when I became sober. And right prior to my sobriety, I had found Kundalini yoga. And what I realized when I did my first class, it gave me this experience of my authenticity and my energy in a way that it felt manageable. It felt that I was grounded. It felt that I was open. And it was something, again, so profound that I knew that this was it for me. And it was such a powerful experience that within 2.5 months of my first class, I chose sobriety, and I've been sober ever since. And it has opened up for me so many possibilities. It has opened me up into my dream business and working one-on-one with clients with Kundalini, and also in a group setting. And the beauty about Kundalini is that it is actually our energy of consciousness. It is our soul energy. And it is in every human being, and it resides dormant at the base of the spine until we do something to wake this energy up. And as we wake up the Kundalini, which is depicted as a serpent in Eastern traditions, and the beauty about this is if you think about a serpent, that actually it sheds its skin. So it's releasing old parts of itself. And then it's being born into newness, right? So it symbolizes transformation. And when we start to wake up our Kundalini energy within us, our life starts to transform. We actually become more aware of all of our habits, all of the programs that were conditioned within us, through childhood, past life stuff that comes up. Lots of things start to surface where we are being shone a light on to heal. So it brings us into that higher state of awareness. So I had been working with Kundalini since I was a child. And it was something that was in my awareness. As I started Kundalini, I realized this is something that has always been a part of my life, whether I was dancing when I was a child, whether I was playing sports. And then when I started getting into yoga and meditation and chanting and all the different things, even the emotional release, because what happens is that when you start to raise your Kundalini energy, your energy that is your creative potential, the energy of your soul, the energy of your consciousness, when it starts to raise, it starts to make its way up your spine, and it starts to unlock and unblock your energy centers, which are known as your chakras. And within these energy centers, you have different blocks, resistances, programs, archetypes. And so these different aspects of yourself start to be revealed as you start to awaken your Kundalini. And, until we get to that state where we are fully realized and enlightened, the Kundalini energy continues to awaken over and over and over again until we fully clear out any of the density that is in our being. And that is part of what I had done with myself in order to heal. And that's now what I do with my clients when I work with them one-on-one. So I work with a signature pillar system that is 3 pillars. And the first one is to shine a light on all the areas of darkness in our life, to really allow more light in through practices so that it can highlight what we still need to heal. And as we allow more light to enter, we start to awaken those parts of ourselves, and we start to release the density. And then it's basically moving us from that state of illusion into illumination, into the truth of our soul. And so that is the aspect that we work with in order to fully become present in our life and to really open up to that aspect of ourself that has infinite potential. And then as we move beyond that, we start to get into the second pillar, which is our intuition. So we move beyond feeling insecure in ourselves because we have old programs, old habits that no longer serve, and we start to get into that light and into the heart center and into the awareness of that divine presence within us, where we have all the answers, where we know that if we just relax into this present moment and calm ourselves here, we get all the information that we need for our next step that's in alignment with our soul. And it really is all about being relaxed in our body, receptive and open-minded, and just really coming into that space of creating more silence and stillness in our being. And that's when we actually allow the intuition to come through and be heard, is when we are still, when we are silent. And then we move a little deeper when we do the work together, and we move into intimacy. So I always say the most important relationship that we have is the one with our own self, the one with our inner consciousness, the one with our body, the one with, our being, because it starts there. And, we create this intimacy with ourselves. And then from that space, we are able to have deeper, more meaningful, connected relationships. And our relationships are that of higher consciousness, that of integrity. We start to attract different people in our life when we're open to that. And, moving from that state of isolation into intimacy also allows us to share our gifts with the world. So we are fully owning who we are in our authenticity.
I'm feeling all the juicy vibes of you speaking into this, and just how powerful Kundalini energy is. And it's so cool that you came into my life, Carolyn, because I've discovered that one of my chief power animal is a cobra snake. And I learned this in my shamanism course that I'm taking right now. And my peers were like, oh, yeah, that's totally you, because it's all about transformation and that sexual, sensual energy. And just, I'm like, yeah, it's so juicy. So powerful. Now, how does one start to awaken? You've walked us through the signature, your signature system that you walk your clients through. And I'm curious, for those of people who are just like really wanting to start somewhere, what would you suggest that we start to do in our own practices?
Well, first and foremost with Kundalini, the most important thing is that we are activating our navel point, which is the location of the third chakra, which is it also governs our solar plexus. And this is our point of personal power. But beyond that, it's actually where the Kundalini energy gets initiated. So even though it rests at the base of our spine, there is energy that starts to move at the navel point to create heat. And this is done through breath work. So learning long, deep breathing is a very good place to start if you're a new meditator, if you're new to breath work, where you start breathing into your belly, rib cage, and chest, and you expand on every inhale and then relax the breath on every exhale. Also, to stimulate the navel point to get this energy activated, you could go for walks. You could do any form of exercise. Obviously, belly dancing is also a really great one because we're moving the belly a lot and the abdomen and working with our hips. Yoga as well, so exercising, moving the body. Another thing really good is shaking, where you just stand and allow your body to shake and really move the pelvis, move the chest up and down, move your shoulders, your head, letting everything, it's like your whole body says yes when you shake, right? And this starts to activate the Kundalini energy to wake it up. So any of these methods will help to start to initiate that to happen. And then once you want to go deeper, there's many forms of breath work. There's within the Kundalini yoga system, there are 7,500 different yoga sequences, breathwork practices, and meditations, and they all have specific benefits. So you could come to me and, wonder, okay, well, I have a closed heart and I really want to be open to love again. So then we would work on the heart center. Sometimes people have physical ailments that they're dealing with, and then we work through those to move through the physical blocks so that we can open and allow more energy in. So it really is specific to the person that's working with their energy, right? And then we look at that, and then we target where the challenge is or where the block is, where the resistance is, and we start to awaken that and move through that. And then that essentially will reveal the next layer of what comes up so that we can shift our practice and work with that next.
Wow, that's so powerful. And as I'm listening, I'm just noticing my whole body's actually starting to move in the Kundalini figure 8 energy. It's kind of cool to listen to this, and I'm just feeling into where my own chakra, how opened or where it might feel a little bit blocked. Carolyn, you also, we're going to shift a bit, gears a little bit, because this is such a powerful part of your work as well, and I know you integrate this part into your work, which is numerology. So
yeah.
I'd love to have you share a little bit about what it is and how you start to integrate that into Kundalini and activating others' energy this way.
Absolutely. So within the Kundalini system, there is a numerology called Tantric numerology, and this numerology is based on the date of your birth. And from your date of your birth, there are 13 numbers that we work with, and there are 5 basic numbers that are the kind of the baseline numbers that I look at immediately when I work with a client. And they are the soul number, and it is what is keeping you from being authentic in your life, and this number will connect you to your soul. Another number is the karma number, and this is what you're meant to master in this lifetime, and it represents your outward conflict with the world. Then we have your gift number, which is the number that tunes you into your gifts in this lifetime. And then the destiny number is the number that you've experienced lifetime after lifetime, and you have mastery over this number. So it also acts as a gift, and you have deeper awareness and knowing around this number. And then finally, your path number is the number that when you tap into the energy of this number, it aligns you with your soul's fulfillment. So these numbers, based in the Kundalini yoga system, represent 10 different bodies, and they're light bodies of consciousness. And within these light bodies, they play out in our system, and they are responsible for different aspects of who we are. So we have our soul body, our negative mind, positive mind, neutral mind, the physical body, the arc line, the aura, the pranic body, the subtle body, and the radiant body. So each of these bodies play a part. We have 6 energetic, etheric bodies, 1 physical body, and then 3 mental bodies. So we work with these energies, and you'll figure out through the numerology which areas are the areas that we have challenges in. And that's typically what I work with at the beginning of a program with one-on-one with my clients. And it's very interesting, Rosalyn, when I speak with a client, they will tell me first everything that they're going through, why they're coming to me, what's coming up in their life, what they're struggling with. And then I ask them their birth date after. And every single time, it has been reflective of what their numerology says. So
wow.
it verifies for me how powerful this system is and how it works. And the beauty is that what happens when we work together is that they shift through one of those challenge positions, and then we move into the next thing, right? So we see the results as they do their practice every single day. And so I usually will give them a practice of 15 minutes minimum a day, and that's like the baseline. And they would have a series of practices that they do for 15 minutes, and it's the same practice every day to create a shift in their consciousness. And it's creating a new habit and imprint in their consciousness to activate their Kundalini and awaken them to their full potential.
Wow, that is so powerful. Of course, I know how you integrate all of this. And every time I listen to you speak about the power of numerology and then how that's integrated into Kundalini activations, and so juicy. And I certainly know that the audience is also receiving the juiciness of this. So when we come back after commercial, Carolyn is going to lead us in a Kundalini awakening meditation. So stay tuned, my loves.
Free your mind. Expand your soul. OMTimes Radio. IOM-FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organisation, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
Grab a cup of tea or a glass of wine and tune in for Inspired Conversations with publisher Linda Joy on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Linda creates sacred space for leading female luminaries, empowering authors, heart-centered female entrepreneurs, coaches, and healers. A soulful venue where guests openly share the fears and obstacles they've overcome, wisdom and lessons learned, and the personal journey that led them to the transformational work they do in the world. Inspired Conversations to empower you on your path to authentic, soulful living.
The United States has the highest rate of incarceration in the world. At the Equal Justice Initiative, we believe mass incarceration has to end. There is this presumption of dangerousness and guilt that gets assigned to Black and brown people. We have to confront our history of racial injustice and commit to a new era of truth. There's something better waiting for us, something that feels more like freedom. Truth can inspire change. Please learn more at eji.org.
Okay, welcome back, love. So, Carolyn, can you share a little bit more for those who are leaning in and really loving what they're receiving in terms of your shares of your wisdom and your knowledge? How can people work with you? Tell us a little bit more about, you've shared a little bit about the one-on-one, and I'd love for you to share about your Kundalini Activation Academy as well.
Yes. So the Kundalini Activation Academy is a 13-week group online coaching program. And I have one that is launching March 20th, and it runs from the spring equinox until the summer solstice. And this particular program is geared towards women who are seeking emotional empowerment. We are working with the 11 moon centers of a woman, which is based in Kundalini, and we are working through the different emotions and behaviors that a woman goes through in a 27.5-day cycle. And so we have these moon centers on our body that every 2.5 days, the inner moon shifts to a different point on a woman's body, creating different moods and behaviors. And they are actually trackable so that each month they replicate. And you can actually figure out on which days you're going to feel a little more insecure, which days you feel fully in your power, which days you're overly compassionate, so we can actually start to use it as a guide for our life. And we're going to bring a lot of awareness into our emotions and how to empower ourselves in the times that we are going through these emotional fluctuations so that we can best use those energies during our cycle.
Oh, that's so powerful. And you also have a free 5-day challenge coming up to have people who are feeling called to come and play in your container. Can you share a little bit about that 5-day challenge?
Yes, so that's the Divine Feminine Empowerment Challenge. So it's all about women becoming unapologetic and connected to their soul through emotional empowerment. And it's a 5-day challenge which will be held in a Facebook group. and it is from February 22nd to the 26th. Each day there will be an awareness challenge for them to look through in their life. So keeping deeper awareness on how they're feeling, moving through that from day to day. And then we meet each evening for question and answer and a short meditation through that process as well to move us deeper.
Oh, so powerful. And Carolyn will be sharing after her meditation how you all can join, how you can connect with her on social media. So, my love, would you be open to sharing, guiding us through meditation right now and awakening our Kundalini energy?
Yes, absolutely. So allow yourself to sit comfortably in a chair or on the floor. And I invite you to close your eyes to take your focus inward. Bring your awareness into your body and feel your body. Notice any sensation. Now bring your awareness to your mind. Notice the state of your mind. Just allow it to be as it is. And drop deeper now into the awareness of your breath. Notice where your breath is moving the most in your body. Notice where the expansion and the contraction is happening within you. Now, I'd like you to bring that awareness back into your body and into your spine and start to anchor and root yourself through your tailbone. And then bring your awareness in front of the tailbone to the soft spot between the anus and the genitals, which is known as the perineum. This is the location of your root chakra, and this is where your Kundalini energy resides in its dormant state. So hold your awareness here at your root. And see if you can tune into the subtle energy at your root. This is the energy that helps you to feel safe and secure on the earth and in your body. And it connects you to the consciousness of the earth. Now feel this energy at your perineum begin to grow and expand. And see it expand downward like roots of a tree. Send your energetic system all the way down towards the earth, through the earth's crust, through the dirt, the soil, the rocks, the clay, the pebbles, the crystals. And as you approach the very center core of the earth, you see a beautiful quartz crystal. Gently wrap your roots around this crystal to anchor yourself in. Inhale and exhale. Now anchor and root through your tailbone deeper. Gently engage your lower abdomen. Lengthen your lower back. Lift your chest. Relax your shoulders. Draw your chin slightly back towards your throat to lengthen the back of your neck. And draw your eye gaze to your third eye point between the brows, slightly up, slightly in. This will automatically stimulate your pituitary gland, which enhances your intuition. Now energetically elevate through the crown of your head and bring your awareness to your crown, your seventh chakra, the top of your head. This is the crown of your divinity. This is where you access your spiritual gifts to come into human form as your unique expression. Now feel the energy at your crown and allow it to expand and grow. And see this energy as a beautiful white light. iridescent, and glowing. Now send this energy from your crown all the way up into the cosmos to create a pillar of light between you and the universe. Now, as you inhale, draw your awareness all the way up to the top of your pillar and hold yourself here in the universal ethers. With your next inhale, draw in the cosmic light through your pillar, all the way down into your crown and into your heart center. Hold your breath. And feel this energy of divine wisdom at your heart center. As you exhale, send the energy down through your body, through your perineum, through your root system, and down into the earth, right at the center core. Again, draw your awareness to the very top of the pillar. With your next inhale, draw in the cosmic light through your pillar, through your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart. Hold your breath. See this divine spark of light begin to expand and permeate into every cell and every fiber of your being. As you exhale now, send the light energy down through your navel, through your sex organs, through your perineum, through your root system, and right down to the center core at the crystal. Now hold your awareness here at the center core of the earth with your roots. And then simultaneously draw your awareness to the very top of your pillar in the universal ethers. On your next inhale, draw in the grounding earth energy and the cosmic light energy from above and below to meet at your heart center. Hold your breath here. Anchor this cosmic light at your heart center. And as you exhale, send this light energy out through your body in all directions into your surrounding space and into the world. Now bring your palms together in prayer position. Let your thumbs gently press into your chest bone at your sternum. Begin to notice your breath. Notice the expansion and notice the relaxation. On your next exhale, relax completely. And then as you inhale, begin to expand your belly in all directions. As you exhale, relax your belly and gently draw your navel in. Inhale, expand your belly in all directions. Exhale, relax your belly. Gently pull your navel in to activate. Again, inhale, expand your belly. Exhale, relax your belly. Gently pull your navel in at the end of the exhalation. Now a little deeper, we inhale into the belly and between your rib cage. Exhale, relax your rib cage. Relax your belly. Gently draw your navel in. Inhale, expand your belly between your ribs. Exhale, relax your rib cage. Relax your belly and draw your navel in. Inhale, expand your belly and rib cage. Exhale, relax your rib cage. Relax your belly, draw your navel in. Now full deep breath. Inhale, belly, rib cage, into your chest. Exhale, relax your chest between your ribs and draw your navel in. Inhale, expand your belly between your ribs into your chest. Exhale, relax your chest between your ribs and your belly. Draw your navel in. Again, inhale, expand your belly, rib cage, chest. Exhale, relax your chest, rib cage, and belly. Gently pull your navel in. Now allow yourself to continue to follow the flow of your breath here for a moment in silence. And pull the navel point in at the end of each exhalation to stimulate your energy. Now allow yourself to hear the sound codes that I speak, which will connect my soul to yours, my higher self to your higher self, so that we can activate, clear, and awaken your energy field. Dunya sarya hanya ho tadyasya shantetya Derya sandhya hatya hotya, darya sandhe shantya katatya tatya se. Harya he, o harya horya he ho. Sahaya he he ya, anyaya he. Hey, 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 Shunya Harya Andya Santya Tatato. Morakora Tikira Chua, Moratiki, Parakura Tikira Chukura Chia. Beautiful. Breathing this in. And then breathing out. Just really noticing your sensations, noticing what's coming through, noticing the downloads, the messages, the tingles. Whatever is coming through for you is not right or wrong. Just really allowing yourself to open, to expand. Thank you so much, Carolyn. That was so powerful. Please share with us how people can get connected with you. Share your, and please spell out your name as well as you share your social media handles. Okay, so my name is spelled Carolyn, and Yakopich is Yakopich. I'm on Facebook, and then I have a private Facebook group called Kundalini Rising with Carolyn Yakopich. And I am on Instagram and also Facebook business page as Soul Awakening School, so at Soul Awakening School. And my website is soulawakeningschool.com. And in order to come into the 5-day challenge, that website is www.kundaliniactivation.com/5-day-challenge.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, my love. And all of this will be in the show notes on this OMTimes Radio, as well as Apple iTunes. You can connect with us on social media if you cannot find them. Okay, beautiful.